You know, I seen a tweet from the Daily DDT, News and Rumors website, their official Twitter. I don't know who these people are, nor do I care. Seen a tweet last night during Raw. Raw flies by, it's so good. I don't know who's running that official Twitter account. I don't know what type of medication they're popping before Raw actually hits the air at 8 p.m. But I would love whatever the fuck they're taking. I really do. It amazes me. It really amazes me how people watch this show. Maybe I'm just too smart for everybody. Maybe you're just that stupid. It amazes me how people watch this show with both of their eyes closed. Now, I know they don't, but it seems like they do. You see, I see things that many of you do not see initially. You'll go back and watch it. You'll pinpoint it. Oh, that's what that means. Or you'll come here and then you'll hear me talk about it and then you'll go back and watch it. Oh, JD was right. So we have a 7-man elimination match. Elimination Chamber, right? 7-man elimination chamber. WWE's on this kick for first time evers. It seems like that's their motto going forward in 2018. So brace yourself. Brace yourself. 2018 is going to be about first time evers. And we have a lot more to come. Believe me. And we're not even in the full swing of things for WrestleMania season. Seth Rollins comes out and proclaims that he wants Monday Night Raw to be Raw is Rollins. Or Monday Night Rollins. Whatever he said. He wants Brock Lesnar. He doesn't want to do the tag team thing anymore. Jason Jordan is not going to be around for the remainder of WrestleMania season. In fact, Kurt Angle made an announcement that his son will be missing WrestleMania. So Rollins went on to say that he doesn't have any plans for WrestleMania. He doesn't have any partners for WrestleMania. He doesn't even have a spot in the Elimination Chamber. He's not even on the Elimination Chamber card. So we were hyped for this last chance fatal 4-way to find out the last man in the Elimination Chamber. Better way for WWE to proclaim this match is full of losers. That's what that fatal 4-way was. A bunch of losers who did not get into the Elimination Chamber the first time. So we're putting all of those losers in one match. And we're going to find out which is the biggest loser of them all. Because they all lost for a shot to get into this last chance fatal 4-way. And the winner of this match will ultimately end up being a loser. Seth Rollins proclaims that he should be in the Elimination Chamber. He's like, why don't we change this fatal 4-way to a fatal 5-way? So now we have Rollins, Balor, Wyatt, Cruz, and Matt Hardy. It was pretty safe to say that Finn Balor was probably going to win this match before Seth Rollins was even included. The only thing that I can come up with is that WWE didn't want you thinking, well, this is too predictable to close Monday Night Raw. We already leaked Finn Balor on our website accidentally, so now we have to rush around and change things, and why don't we go with the first time ever again? We got a first time women's Elimination Chamber. Why not we do a first time ever for the men's? And how do we do that? By adding a 7th man. WWE gave you a controversial ending last night. And lo and behold, it makes no sense. Because I guarantee you, 98% of you, you know what? Scrap that. 100% of you probably didn't notice that both Finn Balor and Seth Rollins pinned Bray Wyatt. This guy is the eater of pins. Never mind him taking a pinfall from one man. He took pinfall from two men. What planet are we on in which Apollo Crews is better off on Monday Night Raw than Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt is an absolute fucking waste of roster space right now. What an embarrassment. If I'm Bray Wyatt, I'm holding my head so fucking down low that I'm praying for a spot on SmackDown Live at this point. Or anywhere. Out of the WWE, preferably. How embarrassed can you be? Or how embarrassed do you think Bray Wyatt is for taking a pinfall, not from one man, which we all expected him to take in that match, but he got a pinfall from two men? The eater of L's. He's the biggest loser on Monday Night Raw, and it's not even his fault. 100% of you probably didn't even notice how ridiculous this looked. You know, when there's a controversial finish, especially when it comes to a double pinfall, you know, the referee is in a position where he doesn't see the second pinfall. Like, he doesn't see what's going on exactly. Like, his attention is somewhere else. Or he just doesn't see it because he doesn't have the vantage point on it. WWE, instead of carefully going over what should have been done to really make it a controversial ending, they made a controversial ending look absolutely fucking idiotic. You got both guys here, Rollins and Balor, pinning Bray Wyatt, and the referee, instead of doing his job, and I know I might be nitpicking here, but this is what I do. I have to bring this to your attention. I have to, otherwise I wouldn't be doing my job. And I don't want to hear, well, Finn Balor was the first one to pin Bray Wyatt, and then Seth Rollins was the second one, so Balor should win, and Rollins should be eliminated. No. First of all, the referee should have never even counted that pinfall last night. The fucking dumbass referee seen both men physically on top of Bray Wyatt and did nothing about it. How is that even legal? How does that play into the rules of this match? So now we can just go around having two guys pin one to decide such an important spot in the Elimination Chamber? That didn't come across the referee's mind. Well, I can't count this. This is an indecisive fucking situation. We can't have both men go into the Elimination Chamber. We can't have both men pin one guy at the same time. Let me not count and let me resume this match as it should be. I don't think WWE thinks things out clearly or thoroughly. That was pathetic. It was absolutely brain-dead idiotic. Why? Why, you ask? Well, not only do WWE, or does WWE want to do this first time ever bullshit and continue with this cringe-like fucking garbage first time ever, why do you think we have a 7-man Elimination Chamber match? Do you honestly expect WWE to add Finn Balor and Seth Rollins to an already stacked field inside that Elimination Chamber and make it interesting? Are you people that fucking brain dead? Are you? I want to see how many other professional podcasts out there overlook this. Now, not only do we have 7 men in total in the Elimination Chamber, let me go over once again slowly so that your brains can comprehend what is going on here. WWE has Finn Balor, the first ever Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, who is great in his own right, member of the Shield, right? WWE has Braun Strowman. WWE has The Miz, who is the Intercontinental Champion, whether you like him or not, or hate his tactics. He is the Intercontinental Champion. WWE has Elias, who's on a hot streak. I don't think Elias is going to be a factor in that match, especially the ending. And then you got John Cena. John Cena, who opened the show last night and outwardly came out and said, in a serious tone, there was no bullshit behind John Cena's promo last night. It wasn't, Fruity Pebbles, or it wasn't him smiling, or it wasn't him cracking jokes. He simply said, I need to win the Elimination Chamber. He went out and says that he will win the Elimination Chamber because that is his only route to WrestleMania. So you got John Cena and you got all those other guys in there, right? All that talent. Why do you think WWE gave you a 7-man Elimination Chamber instead of a 6? Because it would look more impressive for Roman Reigns to win a 7-man Elimination Chamber instead of the traditional 6 to get to WrestleMania. Why not add a 7th guy? Roman's gonna win anyway. If you're that fucking stupid to think that anybody in that match besides Roman is gonna win that, you should just give up watching wrestling altogether. If Roman doesn't win that match, I don't know, man. I should have one of these fucking punishment deals like Cultaholic does. I would be fucking shocked if Roman doesn't win that Elimination Chamber. He was going to win it anyway before Rollins and Balor even got added, so why not make it look more impressive on his resume by beating Rollins and Finn Balor? For all we know, Roman might eliminate every fucking one of them. Doesn't matter what's going to happen. Doesn't matter who's going to be added. You can make it a 7-man, a fucking 17-man, a 70-man tournament. You could fucking bring out every goddamn legend who's still capable of wrestling. You could resurrect the fucking corpses of every dead Hall of Famer and put them in that fucking match. It doesn't matter who is in that match. It doesn't matter. Roman is going to spear himself into WrestleMania, and that is all that this 7-man Elimination Chamber match is saying to anybody. You gotta be a goddamn fucking fool if you think whatever happened last night controversially with WWE Raw in that ending is gonna make any fucking difference for the Elimination Chamber. Great! So Roman beats another man to get into WrestleMania. Give me a fucking break, people. Open your goddamn eyes. Open your fucking eyeballs. What would you do without me? Only some of you would have thought of that. But last night, how many of you are really thinking, well, WWE's making this interesting. Rollins is going to win the Elimination Chamber. He ain't winning fucking shit. Fuck out of here. He won a fucking consolation prize to Titus Catering. Because that's where he's going after he gets fucking speared by Roman Reigns. Get the fuck out of here. Seth Rollins is going to win the Elimination Chamber. Like Finn Balor has a fucking chance. Get the fuck out of here, man. So that's that. That's the big story last night. Hope you guys really go back and watch and see what I'm talking about. No, there's no way the referee... WWE tried to make it a cliffhanger, and then they ended up fucking ruining the announcement anyway, instead of leading you into Monday Night Raw next week. Which I don't understand why they do that. Instead of leading you in, the way Monday Night Raw ended was like, what the fuck? A, the referee looked like a fucking blithering idiot. B, they leave you with a cliffhanger to Monday Night Raw. They just cut off and they go right into Modern Family. And then all of a sudden, 15 minutes later on Facebook, they're announcing, well, both Rollins and Balor are in the main event of the Elimination Chamber. Why not save that for next week? If you're going to end Monday Night Raw on a technicality like that, why not bleed into next week? Give people a reason to watch. Fucking company is so goddamn stupid. Stupid. Then you want to know why I shit all over the fucking product. Then you want to know why I laugh when people are like, oh, Monday Night Raw is good. Monday Night Raw's 3 hours fly by. Why don't you fly off a fucking cliff? And do me a favor so I don't have to look at your stupidity on social media anymore. Daily DDT. What a bunch of fucking retards, man. If I had the tweet, I'd pull it up. Just go to their Twitter page and look at it. I fucking laughed my ass off. Ridiculous. Major John Cena and Undertaker tease. John Cena says, I need to get to the Elimination Chamber. And then he talks about how WrestleMania is an event that can bring legends back from the dead. And it could be the most important moment of a life for a WWE superstar. If that ain't an Undertaker tease, I don't know what the fuck is. Everybody's saying it's the Undertaker tease. John Cena ain't winning the Elimination Chamber. We all know John Cena ain't gonna go to WrestleMania to fight Brock Lesnar one-on-one for the Universal Championship. So his words will ring true after the Elimination Chamber, because that's when I suspect John Cena and the Undertaker's feud to begin going towards WrestleMania. So Cena won't win the Elimination Chamber, and then his words here, it can bring a legend back from the dead. Because we all know the Undertaker is quote-unquote dead. And then the Undertaker really didn't retire on Raw 25. He mentioned everybody but John Cena. So I think we're going to put 2 and 2 together here, and we're going to get John Cena versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania, because it's the only thing that John Cena has going for him at WrestleMania. So whatever Cena said last night, yes, indeed, it is a little seed planted for The Undertaker match at WrestleMania 34. Bayley, yes, Bayley. Bayley seems to have things going for her just a little bit. Not so much, but a little bit. Bayley and Sasha Banks last night on Monday Night Raw. People were complaining to me before Raw even began, why is WWE giving away such a caliber match for free? That's not on a pay-per-view. This should be taking place at WrestleMania. I actually didn't mind Bayley versus Sasha Banks last night. I enjoyed what they did last night. Bayley was in her hometown of San Jose, California. Bayley avoided the hometown curse. She did get a win over Sasha Banks last night. But people were crying that we didn't get a Sasha Banks heel turn. People, listen to me. It's not the time nor the place for a Sasha Banks heel turn. Sasha has to go through much more failure before we get a Sasha Banks heel turn. It's coming. And if it ain't, I'd be shocked. And if it doesn't, then WWE simply is just fucking retarded. But I mentioned that Bayley, with this momentum that she's slightly building, going back to when she had that face-to-face with Sasha Banks about how she can beat Asuka and she can certainly beat you. You know, Bayley with that 3 seconds of aggression that she showed. You know, she pulled out some aggression last night, which I liked. You know, I don't mind Bayley hugging, but it can't be hugging 24/7. It can't be 100% of hugging. We need to see, you know, some aggression out of Bayley. Bayley's got the girl next door, right? Look about her. Everybody has a mean streak in them. Everybody has fucking hate flowing through them. Everybody. Bayley needs to fucking tap into that. Bayley needs to find that. And the one thing that, you know, people really aren't picking up on, I don't remember Corey Graves ever really kind of digging into Sasha Banks like he's been doing. He's been making a lot of references to Sasha Banks about her being a backstabber and her not really respecting her best friend and all this negative shit about Sasha Banks on top of calling the match when he's got to do his job. There's a lot of low blows going on to Sasha Banks from Corey Graves, and there's a reason why he's doing that. Because I do suspect that a heel turn is coming, and whatever Corey Graves is uttering is going to end up ringing true. So Bayley did beat Sasha Banks last night. No heel turn. It wasn't the right place or the right time. WWE did the right thing by having them kind of tease something there at the end of the match, whether they were going to embrace, hug, shake hands, whatever. Nia Jax literally came out of nowhere and she just demolished both women. And then she got on the microphone and stated that, you know, she's going to go on to beat Asuka. Blah, 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 blah. All the same bullshit, right? On top of that, those on-screen graphics are there. Again, I don't know why WWE thinks it's like fucking first grade reading time. Like, I can't understand the words that are coming out of Nia Jax's mouth. I don't understand why WWE thinks it's better for presentation to put the words that Nia Jax is saying on the screen for me as if it's like fucking karaoke hour on Monday Night Raw. Just cut the shit. It looks so belittling. It looks so fucking childish. I mean, congratulations, Kevin Dunn. You learned how to use Windows Movie Maker. Can we actually get to a fucking professional presentation? Yeah, Women's Revolution. The fuck is going on? It's like you're in the caveman era with this shit. Cut it. Doesn't make it look better. It makes it look worse, actually. But Nia Jax went on to say that she will beat Asuka and she will go to WrestleMania and make this match a three-way. Now, WWE really hasn't stated anything about Asuka cashing in on Alexa Bliss or Charlotte. We don't know yet. We're under the assumption that, WWE has pretty much handpicked Asuka to fight Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania, which I hope is not the case because everybody, I'm sure, wants to see Asuka versus Charlotte. That's going to make a WrestleMania match. That's going to make a WrestleMania moment. I don't want to see Alexa versus Asuka. I don't. And I certainly don't want to see a three-way. So it is what it is. But Nia, I'm letting you guys know right now, Nia is not going to lose this match against Asuka, and it's just going to be, whatever it is. It's not going to be Nia going in there and tapping out. Nia's not going to take a pinfall. Some fuckery is going to happen here. Probably going to be an outside interference of sorts. Alexa, I guess, trying to, support Nia is probably going to come out and distract Nia in the match, causing some sort of fucking fuck finish at the Elimination Chamber. Asuka probably will then go on to fight Charlotte at WrestleMania, and then Alexa more than likely will retain. I said I want Bayley to win it. That's what I really want to have happen, but I don't think WWE is going to go with that. Alexa more than likely will retain the Women's Championship at the Elimination Chamber. She will not have an opponent due to this outside interference in the match with Nia and Asuka. Kurt Angle will give Nia another opportunity at the Women's Championship, and he will grant Nia a match with Alexa at WrestleMania. That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be Alexa and Nia, and I think it's going to be Charlotte and Asuka at WrestleMania for the Women's Championships of both brands. Speaking of the women, Ronda Rousey will be at the Elimination Chamber. I am assuming this is going to begin Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania angle. She will be there to sign her contract full-time with Monday Night Raw. I am pretty confident that Stephanie McMahon is going to oversee this. Stephanie McMahon's going to belittle Ronda Rousey because that's what Stephanie McMahon does. It wouldn't be a segment without belittling from Stephanie McMahon. And that's probably going to set up Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania program. We'll see what happens. Maybe Triple H will be present as well. I don't know, but I am pretty certain that Stephanie McMahon is going to oversee this entire thing. Be happy about signing Ronda, and when Ronda signs that dotted line, then we're going to see the gargoyle come out and fucking take out her talons and just dig into Ronda Rousey like she can only can and bury talent. So that's what's going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. And Jason Jordan, the other big thing on Monday Night Raw, he will be missing WrestleMania. Kurt Angle came out and stated that Jason Jordan will be missing WrestleMania. He will not be ready in time for WrestleMania. They would have not said that if it wasn't true. So that makes Dean Ambrose and Jason Jordan out of WrestleMania so far. Ambrose and Rollins was supposed to be a big deal. Then it got replaced with Jordan and Rollins, and now Rollins is hurt. Jordan is hurt. Rollins doesn't have a WrestleMania match scheduled yet. He ain't winning the Elimination Chamber unless they put, something with Rollins and Elias. Maybe they build towards a feud with that, but that would be forced and just really not what people want to see. I'm still going with the fact I think that Rollins and Angle are going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. Rollins ain't going to win the Elimination Chamber. Somehow, Rollins is going to blame Angle for all of this, and I think that's what's going to be. Now, most of you said when I mentioned it off the script that you're not interested in seeing that match, that the match is 10, 12 years too late, whatever the case may be. This is Angle in his fucking almost 50s. He ain't going to bring a good match out of Rollins. He's hurt. He's banged up. He's got the bad knees. He's got the bad neck. Angle is still able to work in the ring. Rollins deserves a WrestleMania match. WWE would love to have Angle on WrestleMania. It makes sense. Obviously, I would have rather seen Ambrose and Rollins and Ambrose heel turn. That would have been a really good blood feud for Monday Night Raw. But then they got Jason Jordan involved. Jordan is hurt now. Rollins can focus his frustration about not getting what he deserves on Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle's the GM. Kurt Angle stuck him with, Jason Jordan against Rollins' wishes. It was like forced upon Rollins. Rollins can take all his frustration out on Kurt Angle, and then they can begin, brewing something up for WrestleMania. To me, it's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. We don't even know if Samoa Joe's going to make WrestleMania. I forgot about him, We don't know about any of those guys. They're all gone. They're all gone, and it's a shame. Rollins and WrestleMania just don't have that luck. It's like a bad luck thing for Seth Rollins. Every time WrestleMania comes around, it's a big fucking question mark for Seth Rollins. So we'll see what happens, man. I still think that Kurt Angle is the best bet for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I could be wrong, but there really isn't anybody else on Monday Night Raw that would match up well with Seth Rollins or at least make sense. There really isn't. So we'll see what happens, and I'm going with that. I'm sticking with that, man. I'm predicting, could be wrong, but I'm predicting Rollins versus Angle at WrestleMania 34. So those are the biggest things that happened on Monday Night Raw. Other than that, really nothing else happened. It was just another formulaic, boring show. And we're going to go over everything here. I got these promos. I definitely want to go over the promo with John Cena and The Miz. I want to go over the hilarious segment of Braun Strowman singing to Elias. That was really fun. I don't normally like segments like that, but that was definitely a good time. And then we'll go over Kurt Angle and his announcement of Ronda Rousey being at the Elimination Chamber and his interaction with Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw last night. So we got a few things left to go over here. I want to thank everybody for showing support for Off the Script this weekend. We did very, very good numbers outside of Saturday's video because I talked about Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon, and I put that in the title. And you know how YouTube doesn't like the topic of women being brought up, always demonetized. But we talked about Dolph Ziggler on Sunday. We hit, very, very good numbers for that. We got about 22,000 views on that video. Almost 1,500 likes. Thank you guys for showing up for that. That was a big story. Dolph Ziggler resigning with the WWE and how I went over how he should have at least taken a chance on himself and go somewhere else and experiment and, just be the professional wrestler that we know he could be. So if you guys missed any of Off the Script this weekend, parts 1, 2, and 3 live on the channel right now, please go and check that out. We talked about 205 Live as well and Triple H taking over 205 Live. We did an Off the Script extra on Thursday. And if you guys missed anything last week, everything you need is in the annotation right within this video. I want to thank everybody for showing love to Harry's. Thank you guys so much. Harry's signed on to be the official sponsor of Off the Script all year long, so let's make them proud. You guys listening to the show are going to get a free trial shave set just for listening, man. Harrys.com/script. You're going to get a razor handle, razor blade, protective razor blade case, and Harry's great shave gel, all for $3, man. All you guys got to do is pay the shipping and handling. It's almost a $15 value. That entire shave set is going to be the only thing you need, man. If you guys want a great shave, Harry's is the only brand you guys need to be using, man. You're going to forget those other guys, and you're going to thank me in the end when you use it and the blade touches your face, man. Smoothest shave I've ever had. Everything feels great. I look great. So make sure you guys check it out and support Harry's. Harrys.com/script. Audible is still offering you guys 30 days free and 1 month of their service plus one free audio book, man. So please make sure you guys go and check that out. audibletrial.com/offthescript. And if you guys already signed up, I'm sure you guys got family members that would love a free audio book. Everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody's got, the app. You guys can download the app. All you guys got to do is sign up. You got a free audio book, and you got entertainment for the rest of the day, man. So make sure you guys go and check that out. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And I am in discussion with Connor for a new JD is Negan t-shirt, man. So we're going to be pumping out some JD is Negan t-shirts. I got some designs brewing. Got some ideas cooking. So if you guys want to go check out the official website for the t-shirts for this show, that's barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Let's get into the rest of this Monday Night Raw review, man. John Cena opened the show, and he wants to put down the beast at WrestleMania. Says he needs to get to WrestleMania. Says he will win the Elimination Chamber. And then all of a sudden, The Miz comes out and interrupts John Cena and throws in his 2 cents as to why John Cena is the founder of Suplex City.
I am out here to face the truth. And the truth is, in 2 weeks, I have to win the Elimination Chamber match.
He has to win. He ain't, but he has to.
I understand that comes with some mixed emotions, but the truth is, if I don't win the Elimination Chamber match for the first time in 15 years, I am not sure that I have a road to WrestleMania.
Yes, you do. You just said WrestleMania is the event that brings legends back from the dead, so...
You're all
set,
those
John.
opposed of me winning at the Elimination Chamber, allow me to tell you my road to WrestleMania out loud. I have to survive the most unwinnable match in WWE history to earn an opportunity to face the most unbeatable champion in WWE history. For those not on my side...
All the more part of Roman Reigns' initiative here. You see what John Cena says? The most unbeatable champion in WWE history. Really? Really now? So everybody that's held the title for years and years and years and years at a time. Brock Lesnar is the most unbeatable champion in WWE history. Come on. All part of the Roman initiative. Don't believe the fucking words that come out of John Cena's mouth, people. Come on.
You say it out loud, that sounds impossible.
Yeah, you winning this match is impossible.
Whether you're on my side or you're not, you all know that I love making impossible absolutely possible.
Yeah, but you ain't. You can't.
I will win the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah.
I will go on to make history against Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania.
John Cena's a fucking comedian, man. He should go on stage and fucking follow Dolph Ziggler's footsteps.
Too much time in Hollywood where you can't differentiate fantasy from reality. You think you're going to go on to main event WrestleMania and beat Brock Lesnar? You're the founding father of Suplex City. Understand that I am going to go on to main event WrestleMania because that's where this title belongs.
Yeah, it does, but not around your shoulder.
I will be the first person to hold the Intercontinental and Universal Championship by beating Brock Lesnar.
Statistically, you would have a chance.
You could join John Cena on stage,
man. You could get food poisoning, you could be
fucking
frozen in a block of ice.
Comments.
But if that match ever makes it into the ring, Miz, it most likely will be your last match.
See, that's where you're wrong, John. The biggest mistake you made was trying to beat Brock Lesnar at his own game. I match up far better to Brock Lesnar than you ever did. See, I won't do the same things you do. I'll play to my strengths. I'll use my brain.
I could watch these two promo all night, dude. I'd rather watch a 3-hour fucking show and just these two going at it than Monday Night Raw.
I use whatever is at my disposal.
These two really do bring out the best in one another, man.
Because I do the things that other people won't do, other people can't do. I cross the lines that you won't cross. That's why I beat Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. And that's why I will beat Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania.
You are certainly not afraid to run your mouth. And every once in a while, you find a weaselly way to back it up. I say, The Miz versus John Cena. That is not enough. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We have to make this huge. The loser of the match enters the Elimination Chamber first.
You don't think I know that the first person in the Elimination Chamber has the worst chance of winning? Why would I take that chance?
Oh! And the Miz Taraj
it doesn't even matter if you're first or seventh. It doesn't matter.
A well-laid
It
plan
doesn't
by the
matter,
champions,
man.
what this is.
I understand that everybody's got to have some
assault
level of
continues.
confidence here, but Jesus fucking Christ, it doesn't
Boys, the
matter.
Miz and the Miz Taraj, anything but stupid.
And then the Miz Taraj attacks John Cena, and we got Miz versus John Cena. If you've seen one match between these guys, you've seen it 1,000 fucking times. John Cena ended up winning here. The Miz is going to go on to the Elimination Chamber as the first man to enter, which means he's not going to win it anyway, but most certainly not going to win it. So we got this match. Listen, it was a decent match. Nothing that we haven't seen before. They tried to make it interesting down at the end. The Miz hits his corner clothesline. Cena catches him in an AA. Cena then goes to the top. Miz knocks him off the top rope. That brings the Miz down. Miz then applies a figure four in the center of the ring. Cena countered, applies the STF. Miz makes it to the bottom rope. They go back and forth until Miz hits a skull-crushing finale for another two count. Very close near a fall there. Miz then stupidly takes Cena back up to the top. He wants to do a super skull-crushing finale. Don't know why he even attempted this. This only got turned into a super AA. And then the Miz ends up being a super loser. 1, 2, 3. John Cena wins with the super AA. And the Miz will enter the Elimination Chamber at number 1. So that was that. Interesting promo by both men. Things were said. Things were dropped. Comedy hour there to open Monday Night Raw. None of those guys will win the Elimination Chamber. The Undertaker tease. You know, the pushing of the Roman initiative is hot and heavy. It's only going to get worse. But The Miz loses to John Cena to open Monday Night Raw. He enters the chamber at number 1. We have The Revival versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Not much here. I found it even more funnier that the announcers kept saying the WWE Raw Tag Team Division is competitive. How many fucking teams are there in the Tag Team Division outside these two teams? The Bar, and that's it. Rollins doesn't have a partner anymore. Rhino and Slater might as well be on fucking unemployment. What other teams are in this Tag Team Division that makes it competitive? Is Michael Cole really that fucking stupid? God, I hate when they say shit like that. This show needs AOP or Sanity or both, to be honest with you. Let's get them both on this fucking division and make things a little bit interesting on Monday Night Raw. Kurt Angle announces that Ronda Rousey will sign her Raw contract at the Elimination Chamber, ultimately to be interrupted by Seth Rollins.
In 2 weeks, at the WWE Network pay-per-view, Elimination Chamber, Ronda Rousey will be signing her Monday Night Raw contract.
Met with boos. Awesome.
Now, the other news is last Monday night when Raw went
At least
off
they're
the
making
air,
mention that she will be there.
my son,
and
Jason
she doesn't
Jordan,
just
and
show
I
up
went to a
randomly.
local medical facility where Jason had an MRI done to his neck. Jason was told he'd have to have neck surgery. He had the surgery the following day, and he will be out of commission, and unfortunately, he will miss WrestleMania.
And people cheer. It's fucked up. Yes, Chance. The guy's got a fucking possible
You know, I come
career-ending
out here
injury,
every
and people
single
are yes
week,
chanting.
calm, cool, and collect, with a smile on my face, but I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna talk to you tonight, not as the GM, but as a father.
Sure you are,
If
Kurt.
any of you get any kind of joy out of seeing a WWE superstar get injured and risk WrestleMania, then you should be ashamed of yourself.
It's fucked up, man.
I know Jason Jordan might not be your favorite WWE superstar, but he is a human being, and he is my son. And all I want is for you to wish him, get better wishes on his return, that's all.
Kurt, look, I'm sorry about Jason, man. Honestly, I was pretty hard on him last week, but the truth is he's a good kid and he's in a tough spot, you know? I should know, I've been there. You know, I tore up my knee, I had to forfeit the title, and I missed WrestleMania. But missing WrestleMania made me realize the WrestleMania moments, they're not guaranteed, and you can't take that for granted, and that's why I'm out here, Kurt. WrestleMania is right around the corner. I don't have a title. I don't have a Money in the Bank contract to cash in this time. Hell, I don't even have a match at Elimination Chamber. When you came to Monday Night Raw as the general manager, you told me you wanted me to be a mainstay of this place. You wanted me to be a big piece of Monday Night Raw. Well, I gotta be honest with you right now. I don't want to be a part of Monday Night Raw.
Everybody thought he was going to ask for a move to SmackDown. I didn't think that. But I was going to say, you know, I've seen a few people mention to me that, and I don't think WWE would do this because it's going to go against everything that they've already mapped out. They've been mapping this shit out for fucking 2 years now. I don't think WWE is going to go back on what they're planning. But it would make sense if they wanted to. If Rollins and Angle doesn't happen at WrestleMania, I would not mind seeing a traditional triple threat match with Reigns, Rollins, and Lesnar at WrestleMania. It pretty much comes full circle, you know? It would make sense. Rollins has unfinished business with Brock Lesnar. He's always wanted another match with Brock Lesnar. I've always wanted to see those two guys go at it again, you know, especially for the title. Roman is there because Roman is going to be there because that's WWE's guy. And all three of these guys played a factor in whatever happened at WrestleMania 31. So I would not mind seeing that again, being that all three guys have legitimate history with one another and unfinished business. But does WWE have the balls enough to put Rollins in the main event of WrestleMania to do something like that, have it make sense, and abandon everything that they did and planned with Roman Reigns? I doubt it. But the idea is there. I don't think WWE's going to do it. I still think that they go with Angle and Rollins, and some type of fucking issue becomes, you know, apparent with those two guys. But I would like to see that triple threat match, man. I think that would make sense, and like I said, everything comes full circle.
I don't want to be a part of Monday Night Raw. I want to be Monday Night Raw. I want Brock Lesnar. I want the Universal Championship. And I want it at WrestleMania.
Points to the sign because everybody has to do so.
But the only way I can do that is if I win the Elimination Chamber match. Let's take this second chance fatal four-way match. Let's turn it into a fatal five-way and put me in the match.
Well, in all honesty, it's not ultimately up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to them. Do all of you want me to give Seth an opportunity to make it to the Elimination Chamber?
Who would say no? Who would say no? Is Monday Night Raw the real land of opportunity?
I think you have your spot. You have your opportunity.
It's like Smackdown has gone against being the land of opportunity. Monday Night Raw is more the land of opportunity.
We got a fatal five-way tonight. You got to give Kurt Angle a lot of credit. He's listening to the fans, and he's giving them exactly what they want here in San Jose.
That's that. Enjoyable segment there, man. But you guys know how I feel about the main event. It really didn't make any sense to me, and it's not going to make any sense to anybody because Roman is going to end up winning it anyway. So it doesn't matter who's in there. Roman is the man that's going to win the Elimination Chamber. Moving on here, man. Sasha Banks versus Bayley. This was a decent back-and-forth match. Still, Sasha and Asuka take the cake for being the best women's match on Monday Night Raw. That was a WrestleMania caliber match, and I would love to see that again with more stakes on the line. But Bayley here ends up winning with a super Bayley to belly off the top rope. Bayley gets the pin. After the match, Bayley celebrates. I think that they were going to embrace, but Nia Jax comes out of nowhere, and Samoan drops both of them into oblivion. So Nia does what she does. She exits the ring. Charlie Caruso stops Nia at the top of the ramp and asks why she put herself into something that she had nothing to do with. Nia says this has everything to do with her, as Bayley and Sasha have brought Asuka to her limits over the past few weeks, but Nia just destroyed both of them in seconds. Nia says there's only one woman who can break Asuka's streak at the Elimination Chamber, and you are looking at her. With the pre-K graphics hitting the screen as each word flies out of Nia's mouth. Speaking of Asuka, they did show a nice video package on Asuka and how many days she's been undefeated and how many matches she's had and just the importance of her streak and just the epicness of her streak right now. WWE's really getting behind how important that streak is. I like it, but normally with something like that, I get concerned because once WWE starts bringing awareness to it, then they're just as quick to end it. So I don't want anything about Asuka's streak ending this year. In fact, it shouldn't. Asuka should remain undefeated all year. Now, I don't know if WWE has the patience to do that. I don't even know if they have the roster depth to do something like that without getting repetitive. But that's why I hope Charlotte and Asuka takes place at WrestleMania. Asuka wins the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's moved over to SmackDown Live. And we get Asuka with a brand new set of opponents in front of her for the remainder of the year. So I did like that, but it does bring awareness to it. Also, it makes me worry because once WWE brings awareness to something, normally it's bad luck. Like when you see some statistics show up when you're watching a baseball game, right? Oh, this guy is like fucking 15 for his last 19 against this closer, right? Which makes you think as the viewer, oh, this is going to be a good deal. We're going to end up winning this game. He's going to hit a home run. He's going to get something going here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Then the guy ends up striking out. Once they show something positive about player A against player B, it ends up being bad luck. I don't like when shit happens like that. But Asuka, yes, they are bringing awareness to her undefeated streak. We had Titus O'Neil come up with the catchphrase, Cruz can't lose, in tonight's Fatal 5-Way. Apollo Crews showed some personality, which was surprising. I wish they get behind Apollo Crews a little bit more. The guy has all the talent in the world to be successful on the main roster. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. We all know what's going on with Alexa Bliss. People were wondering why Alexa Bliss kind of saved Mickie James last week. It's because she knows that she is with the shit odds going into the Elimination Chamber. She knows that everybody is against her, everybody hates her, so Alexa Bliss, being the conniving bitch that she is, she's trying to befriend everybody before getting into a match in which her odds don't look too well as far as retaining the Women's Championship. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss says she asked for this match. Absolution won. Who cares? Who really cares? Does Absolution mean anything anymore? Why even have Paige come out there? Does she add anything to Absolution? She adds nothing. Why is this still a thing? Paige walks over, has words with Alexa Bliss, causing a distraction. Deville runs from behind, pulls a distracted Alexa Bliss from the apron, right as Mickie is trying to tag in. Mandy takes advantage and plants Mickie on her face for the pinfall. Winners there, Absolution. Do you care? Of course you don't. Braun Strowman. Who knew Braun Strowman had the voice of a fucking angel? I didn't know. Braun Strowman could sing. I could see Braun Strowman be the fucking lead singer of a fucking heavy metal band, dude. I really can. But this was probably the most enjoyable segment on Monday Night Raw all year. I mean, Braun, you got to give WWE, you got to give them an A for credit. When you think Braun can't break anything else on this show, WWE has something else lined up for him. I thought this was very enjoyable. Elias was in the ring singing his Elimination Chamber tune about how he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. He says that California is a toxic dump of a state. Beautiful words by Elias. Beautiful words. Then all of a sudden, fans start chanting and going crazy. Little do we know, Braun Strowman takes the spotlight on stage by himself, and he's got a fucking cello or a huge-ass bass guitar. And he starts singing to Elias on Monday Night Raw.
Now, do I need to remind you that I am the man that defeated John Cena and Braun Strowman in the same place at the same time? which makes me the odds-on favorite to win the Elimination Chamber.
Meanwhile, nobody is making
Which I
Roman
will.
a threat here. Roman hasn't come out and said anything about the Elimination Chamber. Imagine that. Roman hasn't said one fucking thing about the Chamber.
6 men enter, but only one really leaves. It ain't gonna be the big
The dead
dog,
note there, Elias.
because nobody believes. And as for the Miz, should watch his step. Maybe just stick to Miz TV. You remember those songs I wrote, Miz? Those weren't for you, those were for Maurice. Now smash John Cena with a guitar. The only thing.
Fans just start cheering out of nowhere. What the fuck's going on?
the
I
only
thought Braun was
thing
literally going to come from the
John
crowd
can't
and attack
see
him.
is that the future is right here. Then we've got Braun Strowman. I get it, you raise your hands, say your name, but I'm gonna douse your dreams in gasoline and watch it go up in flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, Braun Strowman.
Guy comes out carrying a huge fucking bass.
Okay, this ought to be good.
And then he's playing it, and he breaks the fucking strings on it. He breaks the strings on it.
Says he's gonna win, but we all know that that ain't true. You look at me, boy, when I'm singing, 'cause I'm not finished with you. You may not know it, you may not realize, but when this song's over, you're gonna get these hands.
So he carries the bass.
And Elias and he goes right after Strowman, and Strowman enters the ring, and Elias wasted little time.
And then they
not
start
allowing
going at it.
Strowman
Elias
to-
goes for his guitar.
Uh-oh, guitar! Oh, no!
You hit me with it twice now. You ain't getting away with it again.
Oh my God.
That primal concrete sledge right to the heart of Elias.
That's a little Pantera reference there by Mr. Corey Graves.
Again. Strowman's about to reupholster Elias.
Strowman monster. Oh, power
So he gives him a
slam.
power slam, and then he drags him up the fucking ramp. And this is why I say I give WWE an A for credit for figuring out another
guys
way
ready
for
for
this guy to
Strowman's
break
new album
shit
to drop?
on Monday Night Raw.
If you don't buy it, you're going to get those hands.
Oh, I'll buy it. I'll buy 10 of them. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my
So
God.
Elias
oh,
is
my God.
crawling
Put
away,
that thing down.
crawling away. And
know,
Braun
man.
Strowman, he's wearing his new shirt, Get These Hands.
Coach, go help Elias.
I ain't helping anybody. He's not.
What did you think was going to happen here?
Oh, no, no, my God. Oh, my God. Braun just blew up the Chicken Man in San Jose tonight.
He just broke the whole fucking cello over his back.
Elias is down and out. I don't believe what I just saw.
I can't even speak. I'm smiling so big.
Man, I swear, man. Braun is something else, man. Braun is definitely the best thing about Monday Night Raw. But you see Braun's personality starting to come out a little bit more, man. We didn't see that, going on with this build to where Braun Strowman is now. He's starting to show a little bit more of his personality. He's starting to be a little bit more loose, And that's only a testament to how talented the guy is. because not only can he play the dominating monster and be rough and tough and fucking break shit, you know, Elias and Braun have a singing contest, a sing-off, and Braun Strowman shows some of that loose personality, you know. You seen him crack a little bit of a smile while doing it. People having a good time. Just a testament to how talented Braun Strowman is, man. And, you know, the people are taken to him. You know, but before not, WWE's going to have to put some title gold on this guy's waist, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Braun Strowman, you know, my prediction is Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, the last two guys in the chamber, with Roman winning. That's the way I see it. WWE's built Braun Strowman up so much, and that's what it's probably going to lead to. So that's my prediction for the Elimination Chamber. But that was a damn good, enjoyable segment. Very, very entertaining. And like I said, a testament to how talented Braun Strowman is and how big Braun Strowman is going to be for the WWE. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. I didn't really give a shit about this. I honestly paid little to no attention to this. I went back and watched just the ending. Reigns here with a spear midair. I think Sheamus... he went for the drive-by, did Reigns. Reigns got it blocked. Sheamus brings it back into the ring. He goes to the top. Sheamus comes off the top. Reigns with a super spear in midair for the win. Nothing we didn't really foresee coming. Reigns is not going to lose anymore from this point on going into WrestleMania. And then the second chance fatal five-way, Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, Apollo Crews, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. Apollo Crews got to show some of his offense here. He got a nice little showcase in this match. Matt Hardy did his thing. Bray Wyatt still a loser. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, as you guys know, factored into the ending here. Wyatt climbed up to the top rope with Apollo Crews. They all go over and do that avalanche four-man power bomb, which is just the norm in these WWE multi-man matches. Balor and Rollins then cover Wyatt at the same time for the pin, and they start celebrating as the referee looks confused. The referee started to look confused, but he is the one who caused the confusion because the pin should have never even been made. So Raw goes off the air with Rollins and Balor and the referee arguing in the middle of the ring. There's no winner. They announced it on Facebook Live like 15 minutes later that Rollins and Balor would both be in the Elimination Chamber. First time ever. 7-man Elimination Chamber match. What I'm presuming is the match starts with 3. And then we get one coming in every 4 minutes or so, which is the normal interval for the Elimination Chamber. There's not going to be an extra chamber pod in the chamber. WWE is probably going to start the match with 3. It's going to start off as a triple threat match, and then one man comes in every 4 or 5 minutes as usual for that. But you guys know how I felt about all the top situations here on Monday Night Raw in the beginning of the show. That's how I feel about it. First time ever, feeding the Roman initiative. John Cena teasing the match with The Undertaker with his statements during his promo. Bayley and Sasha, unfinished business. Ronda Rousey will be at the Elimination Chamber. Jordan will miss WrestleMania. You guys heard all that in the beginning of the show. Just a very lackluster show as we head to the Elimination Chamber. We're going to start seeing WrestleMania build pick up once the Elimination Chamber is over. WWE... I figured would start after the Royal Rumble, but we're getting that slow build. So as soon as that Monday Night Raw comes after the Chamber, then that's when we're going to start seeing a bunch of shit happen for WrestleMania. So that's going to be a very important day to look out for. I know there was a story about WWE changing the Backlash pay-per-view to a dual-branded pay-per-view. I will talk about that this Friday on Off the Script. If it's big enough and I get more news during the week, I might make its own video on it. We'll see what happened. I don't know what that means, but the first impression on my mind is, you know, there might be a draft coming. That might be a WWE draft pay-per-view. We don't know. I know WWE's been rumored to be wanting to fuse these pay-per-views together and make every pay-per-view a multi-brand pay-per-view because of ticket sales, but then that would defeat the purpose of a brand split. You know, the brand split is pretty much non-existent at that point because every fucking pay-per-view is going to feature both brands. But it might be a draft pay-per-view. We don't know yet. We don't know. WWE might be planning another draft, which I hope does happen because it's sorely needed. A shake-up and a refresh needs to be hit after WrestleMania, no doubt. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'll gather more information on that before I give you guys a video. But that is your Monday Night Raw review. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys tonight for Smackdown Live. The return of Dolph Ziggler. Hopefully we get some type of explanation as to why he is back. If not, well, go fuck yourself. I'll see you guys later. See you tonight for Smackdown Live. And as we build towards WWE Fastlane. I'll talk to you later.